back to where the action is. WICR.
Correct. Haha. Check mark. In the cut. Ben Zeno the hero. Rob Jiggity. Make yourself known.
Yo, Rob Jiggity.
Right. Will is still here.
You.
Chris is in the cut because we can't see him still. So he's literally in the cut. All right. Living the dream. What does that mean?
Want me to elaborate or you gonna go?
Bro, I threw it up there.
All right.
Ask might get deflected or you gonna catch that joint.
All right, so living the dream, that's like, you know.
You know, I had a dream.
You know, living a life that makes other people envious of your life.
Living the dream.
That's living the dream.
You're living life so much that people do not think it's
As SpongeBob would
real.
say, living like Larry. That's another thing.
But living like Larry may go too far. But we could talk about that all day because we all saw that episode. But living the dream is what I said. Why? Because 2K, NBA 2K16, put out another trailer this week, and that trailer is called
Living the Dream.
Come on,
Living the Dream.
Come on, y'all gotta say. It
I didn't know.
Come on,
I didn't
I
know.
took a pause.
Okay, I thought something happened to you. I thought something happened to you. I didn't know.
We gotta pause.
Nah, all right.
Something wrong with Ben? He's taking a while long.
My fault. My apologies. My sincere. All right. 2K16 Living the Dream trailer. Let's talk about it. It started off with the agent talking to the My Player. And the agent was saying, yo, you can be better than this, yada, yada. There's so much opportunities.
Yeah.
And let's not forget in this, why we're seeing more trailers like this, because it's a Spike Lee joint. We said that in joint. No, we didn't. We weren't synced. I'm in synced.
Okay, Dot.
Bye. Next segment. Nah, let me stop. All right. Thoughts about the trailer.
Well, the trailer, it was exciting. It was like an actual movie. It started off with a kid shooting on a hoop with a girl. Then it started him dunking in the league. Then he's over here doing other things. Then the people yelling like, "You wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for me," and all this like drama. It was like an actual movie.
It felt like if you went to go see Straight Outta Compton, and they put that up in the previews, you would have got dumb hyped. Is that because you're saying if it's that much like a movie, I could put that in theaters? You know,
you could.
It gets you that hyped. Now, what was new? They said you mentioned the part where you start out at a park. You're just shooting around with your boy or whatever, and then it shows your progression as a basketball player, which is pretty neat too. And the struggles of being a basketball player. What comes with being a basketball player? Distractions, family, agent. So these are real life situations that they're incorporating in 2K. Because I know 2K says this year's game's going to be better and better, which is true in some cases. Except from going from 2K11 to 2K12. They took like 5 years back. The progression. But this year,
true.
Based off trailers, this might be the greatest basketball game ever.
This is honestly first time since 2K11 that I've actually been excited, or that I've actually been excited to buy 2K, for the fact that 2K11, everybody was mostly excited because, you know, the graphics, the games is being enhanced, you know. Then 2K12,
Buns.
horrible.
Step back.
2K13, 2K14, you know, bumps up a little bit. That's cool. 15, kind of feel like you got the same thing, really, honestly.
Yeah.
And then 2K16 is like, I'm not about to put in a basketball game. I'm about to put in like I'm not about to just put NBA 2K in and play just basketball. I'm doing a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that leads me to being into the league. Something like you know, you're not just playing basketball no more. You know, so I think they should have did this a long time ago.
Right.
But you know, the fact that finally they're incorporating life with bowl. No,
Is it because ball is
different.
life?
maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Look at that, showing the signs. Signs right there.
Now, William mentioned a key thing. You're not playing basketball anymore. You're playing a virtual reality of a basketball player and what basketball players do. So I'm gonna throw the alley to Rob, but I'm gonna set him up. I'm not just gonna throw no look, because I do that on occasions. They get to you sometimes. Sometimes they don't.
Go ahead.
So 2K also released some more information about what are they doing on their days off.
All right, so your My Player would have the option to do one of three things where you could go to practice and get your My Player skills up.
Practice.
Or you can go link up with other NBA players.
And do what?
And it might ask you to shoot a commercial with Dwight Howard.
Oh, word?
That's one of the options.
With Dwight?
You might go to a gym with Ty Lawson and practice with some kids. I just made that up, but
Okay.
that's an option.
I understand.
It's an example.
Keep it going.
And or something else with another player in another city. That's the second option. The third option is you could do endorsements. You have to do a couple things to get Nike contracts.
Mm-hmm. You gotta get your fans up, stuff like
Yeah,
that,
like
we've seen in previous 2K.
Yeah, but it's different in this one because
It's different.
you have to make a choice. If you choose to go to practice, you might not get that Nike contract because there's a certain deadline.
Okay.
If you choose to go link up with this guy, you might not get your My Player good enough to play at a high level. So you got to balance all that.
The thing is, just like in real life, you can miss opportunities.
Yeah.
They were talking about, yo, Jordan want to dinner with you. Oh, but I can't because I'm going to this charity event. But, yo, when's Jordan ever going to ask you to go to dinner?
Yeah.
You might lose out on that Jordan contract. Rob and Will, because I'm not going to be biased here. All right? There was another trailer that happened over the week, and it incorporated some TV personalities. Talk about it.
Well, they added Kenny Smith in addition to the roster of Shaq and Ernie Johnson.
Ernie Johnson here.
Yeah, I forgot his name. And
Shaquille O'Neal.
not only did they add Kenny Smith, they added halftime reports with those guys, like an actual TV halftime report. They added post-game reports, post-game interviews that like we saw last year. So it's like it's becoming more and more realistic.
This is what I want to talk about. The interviewee process, not the Kenny, Ernie, and Shaq, because it was incorporated in 2K, but the only time I saw this was when I didn't press start enough and move around my controller because it went into demo mode.
Yeah.
Because does anybody play quick games? No.
When I gotta do dishes and I tell my brother pick up the sticks.
The only time you're gonna play 2K a quick game is if somebody's at the crib, right?
Yeah.
Like, yo, we playing 2K. Everything else is online. Did you see Kenny the Jet Smith? Ernie and Shaq online?
Nope.
No. Did you see Ernie, Shaq, and My Player?
Nope.
That's what I want to see.
I think that's what they said. They're gonna add that in the My Player mode.
Cause you know how cool that would be.
Yeah, that would.
I want to see how, even in playoff time, right? You know how playoff time they go on scene.
Oh,
They did that. We did see that in the trailer. They went on scene. But, after the game, how the player walks over to them, I want to see if they ask questions, and see how your My Player responds and stuff. Even some pregame stuff I want to see. And then they mention it, like Doris Burke. Like, yo, do you have a second? You answer questions with Doris Burke, and then while in mid-game, you know how Doris Burke's give up the update?
Yeah.
They mention what you asked. Because I know in previous 2Ks, they would be like, all right, so Goose had a charity event. They would just do it something like that, only a one-time thing. But with this interview process, I want to see how in-depth of an interview you're going to get with these guys. And the post-game. Because I kind of missed the post-game.
I do too.
I really did. Like, even though, they did have it in 2K. This last 2K.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't as frequent as I wanted to. Because in previous 2Ks, it was there every game. Like, yo, come on, I want to talk to the media like that. And in this 2K, you're lucky if you talk to the media 5 times in a season.
It's barely there at all. It went from all the time to barely being there at all.
Ghost. So we will be covering leading up events, leading information. We will talk about it. We like playing 2K. In the cut, Rob Jiggity, Will. I see you, Chris. Benzino the hero. We shall return.